Hello everyone, I hope all is well. My name is Yosef Lin. I am filming this video from Jerusalem, and the common denominator that we have is all of us are big fans of Rabbi and Rebbetzin Warbin. And I'm a huge part of that fan club. And here I am today sending all of you this video. It's great to be a part of what the Warbins are doing, so this is my small piece in their endeavor. Rabbi Warbin asked me to speak about something which is relevant to just what everyone is thinking about and what people are dealing with these days. And an area where I spend so much time and energy is in the world of marriages, helping people get their marriages to where they want them to be. A few years ago, I put many of these ideas down with my co-author into a book. The book is called Not a Partnership. And the book is really about the fundamentals of marriage that I really see that people don't have clear, and when they do have these ideas clear, it can be a total game changer. And the book is a combination of Judaism and positive psychology, but is actually a book which is relevant for all races and all religions, and it's written that way as well, so everyone can take from it. What I want to do is like this. I want to share with you a part of what we speak about in the book, which is so crucial. I want to speak about the fundamental paradigms that a person has to have clear in order to have a flourishing marriage. Now, just before I even go into these, marriage is such a crucial part of our life. And this information is relevant for no matter whether you're thinking about marriage, you're newly married, or you've been in marriage for a long period of time. But it's fascinating. One of the things I do a lot is the world of career coaching. And if you look at people in their lives, when people are really successful in their professional lives, but all of a sudden their marriage isn't going well, it's amazing how their well-being is actually quite low. But when people are actually doing amazing in their marriage, but yet everything else is going okay, the deals aren't really coming through, this isn't working out, it's amazing that people's levels of happiness, and their levels of resilience are actually pretty strong. And this idea called marriage is at the heart of what people want. It's at the heart of what people desire. But yet, unfortunately, we live in a world today where we see it falling apart so fast. So what we lay out in the book in a very clear way, and I want to share that with you right now, is that there are certain fundamental paradigms that people don't have clear about, what has to happen in order for a marriage to actually really have a chance of taking off. And I want to share with you in a very small way these three fundamental paradigms. The first is, well, what is a marriage? And the book title, Not a Partnership, always throws people off. And like this, if you look at the research, most business partnerships fall apart actually quite fast. Why? Because we look at things in the world of tit for tat, meaning I have my role, you have your role, we're partners in the business. But very soon into it, what happens is we begin to say to ourselves, well, is this person keeping their end of the deal? Is this person doing everything they said they would do? And very fast, things start to fall apart. And if you look at most business partnerships actually don't really make it. The world of a marriage, the definition of what a marriage is like this. I'm going to look at my wife, I'll take my own personal example, and my job, my mission, my ethos of how I'm going to live in this relationship is I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that my wife has everything that she needs in order to have a flourishing life. I'm going to be there for her through thick and thin. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure her well-being is strong. I'm going to go out of my way to support her in all her endeavors. And when I go into the relationship with that in mind, and she also goes into the relationship with that in mind towards me, that's what's called the definition of what a marriage is. That's not a regular business partnership. Number two is a fascinating thing, is that one of the things that we repeat the most, whether it's in marriage seminars, whether it is in podcasts that we do, or my coaching that I'm dealing with couples, is one of the most fundamental ideas is that great marriages don't happen, great marriages are built. And it's a fascinating thing that people live with a paradigm that, if it's the right person, if this is who I'm meant to be with, then all of a sudden it's going to work out and be amazing. And what we see and everywhere in our life is that that's not the case. In order to make things really happen, you got to put hard work in. You got to put a lot of effort in. All things lose their inspiration and lose their newness very fast. And that can happen in the marriage. And unfortunately what happens is people hit that, a few blockages, and all of a sudden they think, well, guess it's not for me. Let me, try my efforts elsewhere. And unfortunately, that's a big problem. And what people don't realize is that great marriages need to be built through hard work, through effort, through lots of trying. When you're able to push through those difficulties, then you can get to a whole new stage, which is truly awesome. And you can get to a place where your marriage is alive and what you want it to be. The third and final paradigm that we speak about is that there's always a discussion which happens, which is, do you love someone and then you give to them? Or do you give to someone and that creates love? And the answer is that when you give to someone, that creates love. And the fundamental way of how you can have a relationship which is alive, which is awesome, which is growing, is that giving has to be at the heart of it. And when giving is at the heart of it, it can bring things to a totally new level. A lot of us live in the reality of trying to figure out what's being given to us. And the exact opposite is the way of how a relationship is going to flourish, especially our marriage. And these are three fundamental basic paradigms. Again, we speak about them much more at length in the book. Of course, the disclaimer is that if people are in an unhealthy relationship, then that's a different story. But a lot of relationships out there, if they just had the right paradigms of how to look at things, and they had practical tools as far as how to make these paradigms come alive, then relationships could look so different, and we could really be in a situation where maybe the world of marriage and the role that it plays in our society could be in a totally different state of being. So hopefully those are three ideas that you can think about. You can discuss more. I highly recommend, if you're looking to know more about what a great marriage is, hang out with the Werbans. But again, it's nice to meet all of you. Wishing you only health and peace in these strange times, and a Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Take care.